Everyone. So now it's time with the super again, and this time around, I want to talk about staying true to your long term dreams and goals rather than allowing what I call temporary breakthroughs to stop your future goals from being realized. I always talk about the fact that when I was growing up, we had so many kids in my class and in my area who dropped out of school. Now, the thing that I always think about when I still think about that story is the fact that all of us were struggling to maintain life in the house, and also because Charlie, your parents are not up to the fact that they can provide all the things for you. So you have to figure out a way to live your life, to make some money and still go to school, right? But I think the problem was that a couple of my friends actually dropped out of school because of the fact that when they went to the market, they made some money, which at that time they felt was good amount of money, right? Which I would say 5 CD at that time, which is like $1, right? It's a lot of money at that point in time. So people felt good about that amount of money that they left school and went in for that money. But this is something that is not something you can do for the rest of your life. It's temporary. So you leave your long-term goal of staying in school to make your life better to just staying on $1. You know what I mean, right? So people make those kind of decisions in their life, which I want to talk about today. Also take an example of even you who has a degree or something, you always have a long-term goal, you always have a long-term dream. Boy, I want to get a PhD, I want to be a professor, or I want to be an engineer, I want to be this, I want to be that, right? But maybe you finish your school, you get into national services or something, and you start to make let me say at most $1,000, right? Now in Africa, $1,000 is a lot of money. So you would say, boy, I never expected to be making $1,000 in my life, so why don't I stay? Now this is just a temporary glory. You haven't hit your goal yet, honey. You haven't. Remember that if you had made a decision of the long term to break through and go for the PhD or something, you would probably by the end of your PhD, if you don't make at all, let me say that you are probably making about $5,000, right, a month. Now think about it, that you were to leave the $1,000 and go and make the $5,000 after a few years of another sacrifice. That is like 5 times of what you would have been making. So my point I'm making here is that, you see, don't get stuck on temporary things. Learn how to use temporary things to propel you into your long-term things, right? So you got a job after school which is paying $1,000. Think about how much can I save in the next 1 year or so, and then what plans can I make to move on to the next step, right? What can I make? But the fact is, many of us get stuck on these temporary glories and we don't want to move. And I must be very honest that a couple of us actually just don't want to work hard. We are too lazy to work hard. You know how many times I failed GRE? 3 good times. I have not given up. This year I'm writing again. Every single year I'm writing until I get what I want. It's not the end of life, but I think that we always you should always stay true to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Don't stop. No matter the distraction that comes on your way, no matter how juicy it might present itself. But I think you should be looking at what is ahead of you, right? You should learn how to differentiate between a passing glory and then a passive glory, like a long-term glory and a passing glory. You should learn how to differentiate between them. Some things are just passing. They come into your life, you make 1, 2, 3, and they are gone again. But the long-term goals you have are meant to take you for the rest of your life. And I think that is what you should stay true to. Many of us or many people are stuck on things right now that they think they are stuck in a stage in their life right now. They think it's okay, but you have not lived out your fullest potential. So figure out, what is my fullest potential? Am I living it right now? If you think that you are not living your fullest potential at this point in time, boy, you have to work hard and move out of it. You can't stay stuck. You can't get a degree and you are staying on a job that pays you $500. Yo, I know that some people, 500 Ghana cedi. I know that some people are not even getting anything at all. But if you get a degree and you are staying on a job that is paying you 500 Ghana cedi, you know what? You don't deserve to have a girlfriend. You see, you should be very smart and you should think about, what can I do next? Don't just stay stuck there and be saying, hopefully one day things will never change until you move, until you make a move things will never change. So you should think about how best can I move out of my current situation. Oh boy, I wish I'll give you part two. Let's talk about part two later.